Today's video is a special upcycle collaboration with Beverly Butterfly from the United Kingdom. We each started with a simple secondhand find, taking something overlooked, transforming it into a brand new seasonal piece. Same challenge, same intention. Upcycle, reimagine, create. But here's where things changed. Somewhere along the way, my project took a turn, and what became as a cozy project slowly shifted into something darker, moodier, a little more unsettling. Almost like the piece decided what it wanted to become. So if you enjoy creative transformations, unexpected twists, and upcycle projects that don't stay sweet, let's get started. What I chose for my upcycle project was a thrift find. I found this for $5.49 Canadian, and he was in rough shape. He needed some love. He was scratched up and had a screw in one of his hooves to help hold him down the carrier. So let's start from scratch. We're going to grab in some white primer here and just start from the beginning. Give me a base to work on. I'm going to paint this little guy all black. Yes, I love how that turned out. So I wound up going with a flat black because I will do a spray finish on this later, so it won't matter too much. Now I thought, and this little skeleton horse is going to be called Nightmare. That's right. So this little nightmare is going to come to life, and we're going to bring him some love. And when I make my projects in pagan crafting, I like to enjoy these like all year round and not just have them for Yule or just for a star or something. I do really like to enjoy what I make in my house somewhere all year round. So some of these crazy projects that I make are not just for the channel. It's something I would definitely enjoy seeing in my home. So with that said, we're going to have a skeleton horse. You never know where our project could take you. Beverly Butterfly and I have done these thrift flips or upcycle projects for 3 years in a row now. You can totally check out our channel. I have linked in the description down below the video link to this collaboration, and there you'll be able to find so many other great videos that she makes. She is an amazing soul that gives you some low energy, some different ways to look at witchcraft. She's a disabled witch with some very unique ways of taking on your craft. And she is an art witch too, so she definitely enjoys showing off her beautiful crafts that she makes on her channel too. You'll have to check out her grimoire series. It's wonderful. So as I'm painting on the skeleton, let us talk what else we can do with this. Now, I don't want to bring in too much color because I want to keep the black and white, the nightmare feel. But I think I'm going to do some, I was thinking aquamarine, but I think I'm going to go with more of a royal blue for the blanket and for the blanket holster. And then for the saddle, I'm going to go with some browns and do some dry brushing of some tans in there. So almost done here. I'm so loving how this is turning out. Almost done all my little bones here, and then we'll flip to the next side of the project and see what else that we could do. I am pondering here how to do in the hooves, but I can clean up all the lines. Some of the lines are touching, so I just go back with black and touch that up later. Bringing in this beautiful midnight blue. It is so gorgeous, but after it dried, because everything I had to do 2 layers of my paint, 2 to 3 layers in some places after using spray paint as a primer. So I wound up this type of brand of paint I went with, except for the black, coated wonderfully because I use a cheap dollar store craft paint. Go figure. Oh my gosh. But my artist paint that I'm using here took 2 to 3 coats because it is not designed to really paint on spray paint. So, well, with that said, I'm not going to bore you with the double coat. So you're just going to magically see in the magic of YouTube land, the double coats are going to be complete. So after I did the double coats of the blue, with that said, I want to be in too dark. So, I'm going to have to do some dry brushing of some lighter royals over top of this deep midnight blue. The deep midnight blue is breathtaking, but here you can see that I'm going to bring in some royal blue of just some soft dry brushing. Now I'm going to speed this up because no one needs to see how slow I really go to get this technique, okay? So we're just going to simply go over the corners, bring out some of the tones, and if you do get some of the blue on the black, you can touch that up, no worries. And I'm going to just dry brush over top of the blanket too and bring that out. And then we're going to bring in some little details on the blanket and the strap that's around the front and behind there. A little bit of dry brushing on his butt and on his harness as well. We don't want to forget that because I'm going to bring in probably a nice little centerpiece on his forehead. I think will look sharp if we bring that out. Okay. Now this saddle, my brown wound up being so thin, I wound up having to do 3 layers of my brown. So again, I will not bore you with that. But I loved how it actually created a lot of brush strokes. So when I did the dry brushing of the tan, it just gave that saddle leather look with all the different brush strokes going different ways. I hid that with my layers, but then when I did the dry brushing on it, it actually looked like a really cool leather. So very well chuffed on how that accidentally turned out. And here it is all done in its glory of its layers. And watch this. Dry brush of this tan, this lion yellow on top of the browns. And I had to do a few layers of the dry brushing because I went in very soft at first. So it's easier to build up those layers than going in too hard and having like a blob of yellow, a lion yellow on there when you don't want that. So I have a white felt marker, kind of a paint pen here that I use. Now I did 2 stars at first, and then I decided it was a little thicker than I wanted, so I decided to go to the gel pen after that. I wasn't able to get it looks sharp, but I wanted to make the stars a little bit smaller in some areas, so I flipped to the gel pen as you see here, and I really liked how it turned out. So using a little mixed media, as one of the subscribers called it, I said I thought I was cheating by using a gel pen and not my paintbrush, and they said no, it's mixed media, it's not cheating. So I like that, so I'm going with that. So rocking in some stars all over here, and from far away it kind of looks like snowflakes, so that gives it a cool look. So if you do want more of a Yule flavor, you can just do snowflakes on here and just bring it out that once a year. But I want to say thanks so very much for chilling out with me and spending this creative time and watching this take this upcycle project an unexpected darker turn. I love how collaborations like this show how differently 2 artists can interpret the same challenge. I hope you go check out Beverly Butterfly's version over at UK and see what crafts landed for the season with her. I have her video link to her collaboration in the description and down in the comments down below. So you can go find her from there. And if this project sparked any ideas for your own upcycling, I'd love to hear what you would have created with this wooden horse. Feel free to share your thoughts or favorite moments in the comments. Your support, likes, and conversations truly help create this space and grow it. For more thrift flips or creative upcycle projects or nature-inspired art witch experiments are always on the way. So if that's your vibe, you know where to find me. Until next time, keep creating boldly even when the project turns into a bit of a nightmare.